Today's gospel is one of the most misunderstood passages in the New Testament. People often take it as an endorsement by Jesus of something so patently immoral as cheating. Maybe this is one of the reasons why there are some devout Christians who do not see a disconnect between their Christian faith and their involvement in graft, bribery, extortion, and profiteering. Is Jesus commending the dishonest steward for his corrupt ways? No. He is actually criticizing those among his disciples whom he calls the children of the light. He points out how, compared to the children of this world, they tend to be very lacking in wisdom and prudence when it comes to dealing with the affairs of this world. Kinaklarify ni Jesus dito sa pamamagitan ng kanyang parable that while he is teaching his disciples to seek first the kingdom of heaven and its righteousness, he is also expecting them at the same time to be able to develop the gifts of cleverness and astuteness about managing our temporal concerns properly. He expects his disciples to be intelligent also with regard to the ways of the world. Hindi tayo dapat tatanga-tanga tungkol sa mga bagay na may kinalaman sa mundo. He is not suggesting na we should imitate the fraudulent ways of the corrupt. Hindi naman yun. What they are doing is definitely wrong. But what Jesus is saying is, we should at least give them some credit for their sense of foresight and intellectual sophistication when it comes to conducting their corrupt transactions. Ay naku, maniwala ho kayo, ang pinaka-corrupt na mga tao dito sa mundo ay matatalinong mga tao. Some of them are even honor graduates of elite schools in the country and abroad, pero corrupt. Today's gospel is very relevant to the many present-day social issues that we're dealing with. And it is a good critique to the wrong attitudes of many Christians, especially Catholics, towards politics and governance, or towards other temporal concerns, katulad ng business, commerce, and trade. Kasi, ang lakas ba ng tendency for many believers na paghiwalayin yung spiritual at material, o yung makalangit at makalupa, the otherworldly and the this-worldly concerns. Kaya nga, may mga tao na akala nila yung pananampalataya is a matter of building enough spiritual capital that will compensate for physical and material depravity or sinfulness. I usually find myself reacting, when people practically equate the term worldly with its negative sense. Pag sinabing worldly, parang napaka-negative. As in, napaka-worldly mo naman. As if the world were so bad. If this world was created by a good God, then this world must be essentially good. E di dapat nga tayong maging worldly in the positive sense. And God made us the stewards, the caretakers of this world. Wala namang inihabiling ibang daigdig, kundi itong daigdig na ito. We're supposed to keep this world good and in accord with the original design, the original purpose of God. Ewan ko ba kung bakit ang daming Katoliko na nag-develop ng maling attitude towards politics, Pag sinabing politics, they immediately associate it with something bad, corrupt, rotten, crooked. Kaya yung tendency is for most Catholics to say, wala akong kinalaman sa politika. I would rather avoid it. Many of them say they would rather remain neutral, kuno, because politics daw is divisive. Well, today, I want to tell those people that the Lord is telling them that they are wrong. Mali yung attitude na yan. Please, get rid of it. If we don't want the affairs of this world to fall into the hands of crooked and corrupt people, di dapat mag-involve tayo. We should be more involved in them. Si Pope Francis nga, on many occasions, has encouraged Catholics repeatedly, especially lay people, to be more positively involved in politics. Because we're also citizens of our country. Dun sa kanyang recent encyclical, Fratelli Tutti, for example, Pope Francis called politics one of the highest forms of charity. One of the highest forms of charity, since it is supposed to serve the common good. And it is supposed to look after the interests of the most disadvantaged in society. Kaya di ba, ang pinaka-nangangailangan ng public service, government services, ay mga dukha. Kaya pag iniwan mo yung gobyerno sa mangungurakot, anong matitira sa mga dukha? At least yung mga yayaman, they can, go to private schools, private hospitals, private establishments. So you see, we should actively commend and encourage those who feel called to the vocation of governance and public service. Hindi po ako naniniwala na lahat ng politiko ay tiwali. I think there are as many good people in public service as there are corrupt people in public service. We should have more good people in government. When politics becomes very corrupt, we should not fail to recognize the amount of intelligence that is invested in it by corrupt people. It means they have been very successful in manipulating and controlling the public opinion through the mass media, through the social media. It means they have been spending a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of resources on research in order to understand the mentality and the psychology of the electorate, ang mga botante, and how to make them fall for their brand of politics. Tingnan mo lang how they come up with mga videos in the social media, well-produced, well-scripted, kahit hindi naman totoo, down to earth, captivating, entertaining, and even convincing. Sa mga hindi nag-iisip o nagsusuri. And analyze how they have mastered the use of sound bites that people can quickly recall. And look how they also use a lot of intelligence to develop strategies and tactics in cheating and vote buying. Can those who represent good and principled politics not do better by investing just as much time, as much effort, and resources towards good and principled politics? We should be able to use as much intelligence in preempting the moves of the evil one in society. Para bang sa chess game, to know the minds of the enablers of bad politics, to counteract the moves of those who promote a politics of patronage that keeps our whole country poor, backward, uneducated, underdeveloped, and incapable of meaningfully participating in nation building. How can an army of paid trolls be more intelligent than a whole multitude of well-motivated volunteers who are willing to sacrifice, who are willing to contribute from their own resources, and who have God on their side? Please remember, the Lord said, "You must be innocent as doves, but clever as serpents."